delivery if read slowly with pauses and emphasis. Here's how I'll approach it. Rich, rhythmic sentences designed for spoken delivery, repeated reinforcement of success principles to create the brainwashing effect, layered storytelling, personal challenges, and universal truths. A mix of short, impactful lines and long, flowing paragraphs to hold attention, organized into 3 main hours, each with multiple core themes. 3 hours of wisdom to brainwash you into success hour, 1 mastering the inner world, the foundation of all achievement, my friend. Everything begins in the mind. The world you see around you, the life you live, the opportunities you attract, the obstacles you encounter are all shadows of your inner world. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. If you see yourself as weak, life will confirm it. If you see yourself as powerful, life will confirm that too. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are a creator of circumstances, and the raw material of creation is thought. The law of dominant thought: what you think about most, you become. Hold an image of success in your mind long enough, and your mind will begin to align your actions to match it. Hold an image of failure, doubt, or fear, and your subconscious will obediently bring you experiences to match that image. Your subconscious is like fertile soil. It does not care what seed you plant. It will grow weeds just as quickly as it will grow roses, but the choice of seed is yours. If you want wealth, plant thoughts of wealth. If you want health, plant thoughts of vitality. If you want influence, plant thoughts of service and leadership. The habit of auto-suggestion every morning. Speak to yourself as though you are already the person you wish to become. Say, I am disciplined, I am capable, I am unstoppable. Repeat it until your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. Do not wait for the world to believe in you. Teach your mind to believe in you first. Guard the gates of the mind. You would not allow strangers to dump trash into your living room. Why do you allow toxic ideas, gossip, and fear into your mind? What you read, what you listen to, who you speak to, these are the food. You feed your mind. Feed it junk, and it will produce junk. Feed it greatness, and it will produce greatness. Hour 2, building the external forces, turning thought into tangible power. Thought without action is a dream. Action without thought is chaos. True success comes when thought and action march together in perfect step. Definite purpose. Decide exactly what you want. Vagueness is the enemy of achievement. Don't say, I want to be successful. Define success. How much money? By when, in what way, serving whom. Write it down. Look at it every morning. Look at it every night. Let your purpose burn into your mind until you can see it, even when your eyes are closed. Organized effort. No one builds an empire alone. Align yourself with people whose vision complements yours. Choose allies who share your hunger, not your excuses. If your circle does not inspire you, it is not a circle, it is a cage. Decision and speed. Opportunities rarely come with a long deadline. Decide quickly, act decisively. Indecision is a silent thief. It steals years from your life without you even noticing. Do not wait until everything is perfect. Perfection is the slow poison of progress. Persistence, the great equalizer. You may not be the smartest. You may not be the fastest. But if you refuse to quit, you will outlast those who started with more than you. Every failure is a test, not to see if you can win, but to see if you will continue. Hour 3, becoming unstoppable, the mindset of eternal growth. Faith in motion. Faith is not blind hope. Faith is the decision to act as if the outcome is already certain. When you believe completely in your vision, you carry yourself differently. People notice, opportunities notice, even the challenges seem to respect your certainty. The power of adaptation. When the winds change, do not curse the wind, adjust your sails. The world does not owe you comfort, but it offers you opportunity if you remain flexible. Every setback contains within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit if you look for it. Self-discipline above all discipline is doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Without discipline, all the knowledge, motivation, and dreams in the world are useless. If you cannot control yourself, someone else will control you. Living in service, the secret to lasting success is this: you get what you want by helping others get what they want. Give more than you take. Add more value than is expected. Serve with sincerity, and you will never lack for opportunity. Closing the 3 hours by now, if you have listened with an open mind, you feel something stirring within you. That is the seed of transformation. Do not let it fade. Do not let it die in the noise of daily life. Feed it, nurture it. Act on it today, not tomorrow. Remember, you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Your future is waiting, but it will not wait forever. Go now and win. I can now expand each section into deeper examples, stories, and repetition loops, so the speech presented faithfully, without question, without pause. If you plant fear, it will grow obstacles. If you plant courage, it will grow opportunities. If you plant doubt, it will grow hesitation. If you plant faith, it will grow achievement. Think of the most successful person you have ever heard of. Do you imagine they rose to greatness by accident? No. Long before they held anything in their hands, they held it in their mind. They saw themselves succeeding when there was no proof they could. They felt the power of their achievement before anyone else could believe it. That image, repeated and reinforced, became the blueprint their life followed. This is the first great truth. You are not a victim of circumstances, you are the creator of them. And creation begins in thought. You may object, but I cannot control every thought that enters my head. That is true. But you can control which thoughts you allow to stay, which thoughts you feed with attention, and which you starve into silence. You are the gatekeeper of your own mental kingdom, and the gates are wide open unless you learn to guard them. Guard them fiercely. Do not allow gossip, envy, fear, or the endless chatter of the mediocre to take root. These are the thieves of your destiny. They will slip into your mind quietly, disguised as concern or realism. But once inside, they will weaken the foundation of your confidence and corrode the structure of your ambition. Instead, choose what you will allow to dwell in your mind. Fill it with thoughts of power, courage, success, and service. Study stories of people who have overcome greater challenges than you face now. Listen to words that remind you of your strength, your potential, your capacity to endure and to create. Speak to yourself as though you are already the person you want to become. If you repeat a thought with enough consistency, your mind will you want to harvest. If you wish for prosperity, think prosperity. If you wish for health, think health. If you wish for influence, think service. Think as if you already possess what you desire. Walk as if the victory is already yours. Speak as if the outcome is inevitable. And here is the second great truth. Thought alone is not enough, but it is the beginning of all that follows. Without mastery of your inner world, your outer actions will be scattered, hesitant, and powerless. But with mastery, every action becomes precise, confident, and unstoppable. The battle for your future is not out there in the world, it is in here, in your own mind. Win here, and the rest of the world will fall into a mission, and make certain that mission is worthy of the life you were born to live. Because when your mind is mastered, when your inner world is filled only with the vision of what you truly desire, then, and only then, will your outer world begin to reflect it. And in that moment, you will understand that the greatest power you will ever hold was already in your possession all along. If you wish to build anything of value in this life, you must begin with a clear, unwavering, and definite purpose. Without it, you are like a ship without a rudder, drifting with every tide, tossed by every wind, carried wherever chance decides to send you. A man without a definite purpose will spend his days reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. Most people never decide what they truly want. They speak vaguely about success, happiness, or a better life, but their definitions are as cloudy as their results. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. You cannot pursue a dream you have not defined. A wish is not a purpose. A hope is not a plan. Decide what you want, exactly what you want. Do not fear to be specific. If it is money, how much? If it is a home, where and what kind? If it is a career, in what field, at what level, producing what results? Write it down in clear, measurable terms until you could hand the description to a stranger and they would know exactly what to deliver. Once you have defined it, commit to it as though your life depends on it, because in truth, the quality of your life does depend on it. A definite purpose is not something you pursue casually as long as it is convenient. It is something you pursue with your whole being, with every ounce of energy and every moment of your time that you can command. Do not expect others to understand your purpose, and certainly do not expect them to approve of it. Your purpose is yours, given to you alone. Many will try to distract you from it, and some will even attempt to dissuade you from it, not because they know it cannot be done, but because they fear what it will mean if you succeed. Your progress will be a mirror in which they see their own inaction, and that makes some people uncomfortable. Your purpose must be definite not only in what it seeks to achieve, but in when it must be achieved. A goal without a deadline is a wish, and wishes are powerless without action. Give your purpose a time frame, make it real, make it urgent. A man with a definite purpose and a fixed deadline will accomplish more in a year than a man without them will accomplish in a lifetime. Do not be afraid to want something so strongly that it consumes you. That fire in your chest, that unwillingness to settle, is the mark of the builder, the creator, the achiever. Too many people have been taught to be ashamed of desire, as if wanting more from life is selfish. But the truth is this: every great advance in history was born of someone's refusal to be content with less than their vision demanded. When you know exactly what you want, the mind begins to work in ways that will surprise you. Ideas will present themselves, opportunities will reveal themselves, people you never expected will appear in your life, offering help you could not have planned for. This is not coincidence, it is the natural result of having a definite target. Your subconscious will begin to notice and act upon anything connected to your purpose, filtering the endless noise of life so you can see only what matters. But understand this: a definite purpose without constant attention will fade. You must remind yourself daily of what you are working toward. Read your written statement every morning before you begin your day and every night before you rest. Hold the picture in your mind until it becomes so vivid, so real, that you can feel the weight of it in your hands before it exists in the world. The world will try to pull you in 1,000 directions. Urgent tasks will arise that are not truly important. People will present their own purposes to you, asking for your time, your effort, your attention. And unless you are anchored to your own definite purpose, you will be swept into the currents of their lives and out of the course of your own. The difference between a man who merely exists and a man who achieves is this: the achiever decides in advance exactly what his life is to be used for, and then refuses to deviate from that decision. He does not drift, he does not wander, he does not wait to see what happens. He makes it happen, so decide now. Do not wait for the perfect moment, because there is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one in which you finally make the decision to stop living by accident and start living on purpose. Once that decision is made, hold to it with a grip that no force on earth can loosen. For when you possess a definite purpose, you are no longer at the mercy of chance. You are the master of your direction, the commander of your fate, and the builder of the life you have chosen to live. Thought alone is the seed of all achievement, but a seed will never become a tree unless it is planted, watered, and nurtured through action. A man may dream the most magnificent dreams, but if he does not step forward to bring them into reality, they will die within him and be buried with him. The graveyards of the world are filled with dreams that never saw the light of day, not because they were impossible, but because those who conceived them lacked the courage to act. Action is the bridge between the invisible world of thought and the visible world of results. Without action, your ideas remain phantoms, beautiful perhaps, but powerless. With action, even imperfect action, the smallest idea can become a force that changes everything. Too many people wait. They wait for the right time. They wait for more information. They wait until they feel ready. But the truth is, the perfect time will never come. If you wait until all conditions are ideal, you will wait forever. Life does not reward the man who waits. It rewards the man who moves. You must understand that decisive action is not reckless action. It is action born from thought, deliberate, directed, and purposeful. First, a faint memory. Likewise, there is danger in acting without thought. Action without direction is like firing arrows into the night. You may exert great effort, but you will hit nothing of value. The true formula for achievement is the union of thought and action. Thought gives birth to vision. Action gives that vision flesh and bone. Think of the great builders, the inventors, the leaders who have shaped history. They were not men of idle dreaming, nor were they men of blind movement. They thought with clarity, and they acted with boldness. When they encountered resistance, and they always did, they did not retreat into thought alone. They refined their plan and pressed forward again. You must be willing to do the same. When you commit to turning thought into action, you commit to being misunderstood, criticized, and doubted. There will be those who cannot see what you see, who will tell you that your efforts are wasted. But remember this, the vision was given to you, not to them. They cannot see through your eyes, and they cannot feel the pull that you feel toward the goal. Every day, take at least one action that moves you closer to the life you desire. It does not matter how small it seems. A phone call, a written plan, a conversation, a skill learned, each step compounds, each effort builds upon the last. In time, the mountain that seemed immovable will crumble under the steady blows of your persistent action. Understand this law: action feeds belief. The more you act toward your purpose, the more real it becomes to you. And as it becomes more real, your confidence grows. That confidence fuels even greater action, creating a cycle that propels you forward faster than you imagined possible. Do not be concerned with how far you have to go. Concern yourself only with the step you can take today. Take it with purpose, take it with conviction, then take the next and the next until your vision stands before you as a reality you can touch, see, and live within. When thought and action work as one, you are no longer a dreamer, you are a creator, and a creator, once awakened, is a force that nothing on earth can stop. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you toward the summit of your purpose or drag you back into the pit of mediocrity. There is no neutral influence. Every person you allow into your life either sharpens your vision or dulls it, fuels your fire or smothers it, strengthens your resolve or weakens it. This truth is as certain as the law of gravity. You will rise or fall to the level of those you spend the most time with. Many dreamers have been defeated not by the size of their obstacles, but by the company they kept. A man with a great purpose in his heart can be undone by spending his days with those who have none. Their doubts will whisper into his ear, their habits will bleed into his own, and before long his ambition will shrink to match theirs. Without even realizing it, he will begin to adopt their way of thinking, their excuses, and their limitations. You must choose your associations as carefully as you choose the tools with which to build your future. Would you use a broken hammer to build a house? Would you rely on a dull blade to cut through stone? Then why would you allow people into your circle who break your spirit or dull your determination? Surround yourself with those who share your hunger for growth, who challenge you to think bigger, who refuse to let you settle for less than you are capable of. These are not merely friends, they are allies in your purpose. When you stumble, they remind you of your strength. When you doubt, they remind you of your vision. When you falter, they push you forward. But be warned, finding such people requires that you first become such a person yourself. Greatness attracts greatness. You cannot expect to draw disciplined, ambitious, and high-minded individuals into your circle if you are careless, lazy, and unfocused. You must embody the qualities you seek in others. The man you become will determine the company you keep. There will be times when you must make hard choices. You may have to distance yourself from people you have known for years, even those you love, if their influence is pulling you away from your purpose. This is not cruelty, it is necessity. A drowning man cannot save another drowning man. If you wish to lift others, you must first rise above the water yourself. Do not mistake proximity for connection. Being near people does not mean they are good for you. Measure a person not by how they make you feel in the moment, but by the effect they have on your progress over time. Do you leave their presence with more clarity, more determination, more belief in yourself? Or do you leave with doubt, confusion, and discouragement? The answer will tell you whether they belong in your inner circle. It is better to walk alone on the path to your purpose than to walk with those who lead you astray. Solitude with a clear vision is far more powerful than company without direction. In time, as you stay faithful to your path, you will attract the right people, those whose vision runs parallel to yours, whose hearts beat with the same rhythm of ambition, whose eyes are fixed on the same horizon. Understand this: the right circle will not only accelerate your progress, it will protect it. In moments of weakness, when your own willpower falters, the strength of your allies will carry you forward. They will hold you accountable to your highest standard, and you will do the same for them. This mutual commitment forms an unbreakable bond, a shared momentum that becomes almost unstoppable. And when you achieve your goals, the victory will be sweeter because it is shared with those who fought alongside you. These relationships are not built on convenience or temporary pleasure, but on mutual sacrifice, mutual challenge, and mutual growth. So examine your associations. Ask yourself, if I continue to walk with these people, where will I end up? If the answer does not lead to the life you desire, change your circle before it is too late. Because the company you keep is not just a reflection of who you are, it is a prophecy of who you will become. Choose well, and you will find yourself lifted higher than you could have climbed alone. Choose poorly, and no matter how strong your purpose, it will be weighed down until it can no longer rise. Discipline is the cornerstone of all lasting achievement. Without it, even the greatest dreams collapse under the weight of inconsistency. Talent will fail without discipline. Intelligence will scatter without discipline. Ambition will fade without discipline. It is the force that keeps you moving forward when every impulse in you wants to stop. A man who acts only when he feels inspired will never reach greatness, for feelings are fickle and unreliable. One day they push you forward, the next they hold you back. But a man of discipline acts regardless of mood, regardless of comfort, regardless of convenience. He does what must be done because it must be done. Discipline is the ability to command yourself, to give yourself an order, and follow it without negotiation. Most people are prisoners of their impulses. They do what feels good now and pay the price later. The disciplined man does what is necessary now and enjoys the reward later. He understands that short-term sacrifice is the price of long-term gain, and he is willing to pay it in full. It is not enough to know what you should do. You must train yourself to do it without hesitation. This training is not glamorous. It happens in the small, quiet moments when no one is watching. It is built in the early hours of the morning when you rise before the world stirs. It is strengthened when you keep working after others have quit. It is forged in the times you say no to distractions that promise pleasure but steal your purpose. Discipline is not a gift you are born with. It is a muscle you must build. And like any muscle, it grows through use. The more you practice self-control, the stronger it becomes. Start small if you must keep a promise to yourself today, then another tomorrow. Over time, These small victories accumulate into an unshakable will. But make no mistake, discipline will test you. It will demand that you face discomfort, that you endure boredom, that you act when you would rather rest. The undisciplined man avoids these tests. The disciplined man embraces them, knowing each one is shaping him into someone stronger than before. There is freedom in discipline, though many believe the opposite. They think rules and structure are chains, but in truth they are keys. Discipline frees you from the chaos of wasted time, from the regret of missed opportunities, from the weakness that comes from constantly giving in to temptation. It allows you to move through life with clarity, purpose, and control. Without discipline, you are at the mercy of your environment. The opinions of others will sway you. The mood of the day will direct you. Distractions will pull you away from your goals until weeks, months, even years have been lost. But with discipline, you become unshakable. The storms of life may beat against you, but they cannot move you from your course. Consider the man who sets out to climb a mountain. Without discipline, he stops halfway, telling himself he will try again another day. That day never comes, and the summit remains forever out of reach. But the disciplined man keeps climbing step after step, no matter the cold, no matter the wind, no matter the fatigue. And eventually he stands where others only dreamed of standing. This is the truth you must accept. Success is not built in grand moments of inspiration. It is built in the daily practice of discipline. It is found in the consistency of effort, in the refusal to give up when progress feels slow, in the relentless pursuit of your purpose even when no one notices. If you cannot control yourself, someone else will control you. The world is full of forces eager to direct your time, your lasting influence. Every enduring success rests on a foundation of service. Service is not weakness. It is not servitude. It is the deliberate choice to add value to the lives of others, to give more than you take, to leave people better than you found them. When you serve with sincerity, you plant seeds in the hearts and minds of others that grow into trust, respect, and loyalty, and from those, opportunity flows back to you in ways you cannot predict. Most men approach life with the attitude of a taker. They ask, "What can I get?" They look at others as resources to be used for their own ends, but this attitude is short-sighted. The taker may gain in the short term, but in the long term he finds doors closing, trust dissolving, and opportunities drying up. The giver, the one who serves, gains something far greater, a network of allies, a reputation that travels ahead of him, and the satisfaction of knowing that his success is tied to the betterment of others. To serve effectively, you must first develop yourself. You cannot give what you do not have. The man who neglects his own growth has little to offer beyond empty words. Strengthen your skills, expand your knowledge, refine your character, and then use those assets to lift others higher. Service must also be genuine. People can sense when your only reason for helping is to gain something in return. Real service is given because you understand that life rewards those who contribute, not those who only consume. Ironically, when you serve without demanding repayment, you often receive more than you could have bargained for. Think of the leaders, inventors, and builders who have shaped history. The most celebrated among them were not those who merely accumulated wealth or power, but those who created value for millions of people. Their inventions solved problems. Their businesses provided jobs. Their words inspired change. Their service was so great that the world could not help but reward them in return. This principle works on every level, from the grandest enterprises to the smallest daily interactions. In business, it means offering more quality, more care, and more attention to your customers than they expect. In relationships, it means listening more than you speak, understanding before demanding to be understood. In your community, it means stepping forward when others step back, contributing where others complain. But let us be clear, serving does not mean allowing yourself to be used or abused. True service is rooted in strength, not weakness. It is the act of giving from a position of self-respect and self-reliance. The man who serves from strength uplifts others without losing himself. The man who serves from weakness drains himself dry and becomes resentful. The more you give in the right spirit, the more you set in motion a law that works in your favor. Opportunities, resources, and connections will seem to appear at just the right time. Some will call it luck. Others will call it coincidence, but you will know it is simply the return on the investment you have been making all along. If you wish to be remembered, serve. If you wish to be trusted, serve. If you wish to have influence that lasts beyond your lifetime, serve. For when you are gone, people will not speak of what you took from them, they will speak of what you gave. Make service the core of your daily life. Ask yourself each morning, whose life can I improve today? Whose burden can I lighten? Whose path can I clear? Do this without keeping score, without measuring what you receive in return. Life will keep the score for you, and it will repay you with interest. In the end, the greatest wealth is not the money you hold in your hands, but the impact you have on the lives you touch. The man who understands this principle and lives by it will never truly be poor, for he will always be rich in the things that matter most: respect, trust, opportunity, and the deep satisfaction of knowing his success is built on the success of others.